Hey guys, what's going on? Tour Cruise here checking in with... And where are we today, Tuan-chan?
We are in Da Nang.
Da Nang? Where in Da Nang?
New apartment.
New apartment.
New home.
New home, finally. So we finally made it to our new apartment, guys, our new home. We decided to start with an apartment first, and we'll be doing a full apartment tour in the next video. That's not what we're going to be doing today. We'll give a little sneak peek though. Today we're going to talk about why we moved to Vietnam. We've talked about this a little bit in some other videos, but I wanted to address that specifically in today's video. So we'll be talking about that in just a few minutes. So if you're interested in that story, you can skip ahead to this timestamp here. But before we begin that story, I want to give a little sneak peek of our new bike room. Yeah, so we've got my bike here, Ichigo-chan. And we've got Tuan-chan's bike here, Mochi-chan, yes. And our bike boxes here. This is actually our guest bedroom. So this is also turning into our bike room when we don't have anyone here. And look at this glorious view we've got of Da Nang here. So pretty awesome view, guys. And what's even better is if we look over this way, we've got a nice sunset overlooking the Dragon Bridge. So we've got a beautiful view here. And anyway, we'll be showing that in more detail in the next video, our apartment tour video. So make sure you're subscribed when we upload that video next. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with our ride. We'll be talking about this topic on today's ride. And Tuan's already kitted up. I gotta get dressed really quick, so we'll have her pick my jersey. This is our new beautiful Santic cycling clothes closet here. Yeah, we're running a little bit low right now, actually. We've been doing a lot of riding, so a lot of them are in the washer right now. Which one is good?
This one.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing a night ride today, so we'll go with the nice high visibility, bright jersey. Good pick. And speaking of Santic, by the way, they have a special giveaway going on right now with their summer kits. So you can enter for a chance to win a free jersey and free shorts. So a full kit, men's or women's. And here's a couple pictures of some of the items you can win. All you got to do is sign up for an account, register with your email, and they'll be notifying the winners by email. So a big thank you to Santic for giving this awesome promotion for supporters of Tour Cruise. And if you're interested in winning a free kit, go check that out. Anyway, time to get kitted up, and let's go ahead and get out on the road. All right, guys, here we are, starting our ride. And today we're going to be heading towards the beach, riding north up to our favorite peninsula, Sontra Peninsula. Beautiful area for riding, especially in the evening. There's a lot of people out on bikes, exercising, and yeah, it's going to be a great demonstration as to why we chose Da Nang specifically to live here in Vietnam as opposed to other cities here. We've gotten asked, like, why didn't we move to Hanoi? Why didn't we move to Ho Chi Minh? You got to be really careful here at these intersections. It's pretty much a free-for-all. There's no right-of-way, just whatever car or bike beeps the loudest or has the most courage. And it's a big game of chicken. So you got to be careful, but once you learn the rules of riding here, it's actually not that bad. And there's a lot of roundabouts, which is pretty nice. Definitely prefer them to a bunch of stoplights. So we're going to be turning left here. Let's see, what's this car doing? Are you turning right? They don't use turn signals here very often either, so you got to be extra careful about that. We didn't get a let's go from Tuan-chan yet.
Let's go.
Let's go. So for anyone new to the channel, my name's Cruz. I'm an American, and my wife Tung is Vietnamese. We actually speak Japanese together. We actually both lived in Japan for a long time. We met there, we got married there. Our whole life was based there. A few years ago, we decided that we were going to move to Vietnam. That's around the time, right when COVID happened and they shut down the whole country. So we've been waiting to come here for a long time. And finally, we've made it here. And we originally made that announcement video a long time ago about why we're leaving Japan, why we're coming to Vietnam. So I wanted to retouch on some of those topics specifically in today's video. So let's go ahead and get started with that. So with my wife being Vietnamese, one of the biggest reasons that we chose to move to Vietnam was, of course, to be closer to her family, for everything to be a lot simpler. We don't have to worry about visa issues, and there's a whole bunch of different positives with that. So it's really nice to live in a country where one of you holds citizenship or permanent residency. It's really hard for me to explain the insecure feeling of like not knowing how long you're going to be able to live in a country, no matter how much of a future you invest there. If your contract, if your visa is dependent completely on your work situation, if some small thing changes, that was just really too risky for me. So that was one of the big reasons we decided to move here. All the reasons I'll be talking about in today's video are in no particular order. There's a whole bunch of different reasons that led to this decision. So one big reason, of course, family. My wife, she hasn't been able to see her family in years due to the pandemic. And living in Japan, it was just always a little bit far away for her to visit her family. We're actually going to be visiting her family later this week. We'll be taking the train there, and that'll be exciting. It'll be our first time taking the long local train here in Vietnam, so we'll be making a video about that when we do that. Another big reason we decided to move to Vietnam, especially for me, was I wanted to experience something completely new. And the older you get in life, the harder it is to make these kinds of big decisions, these big environment changes. So I knew the longer we stay in Japan, or if we move and get settled in the US, it's going to be that much harder for us to move somewhere different, especially a place where the environment is completely different. So Vietnam, Southeast Asia in general, is completely different than America and even Japan. Japan's also an Asian country, but completely different level. It's a lot more chaotic here. There's not as much public transportation here like in Japan. There's so many trains, everything's so organized, everything's rule-based. Here, it's a little bit chaotic, but at the same time, it's really energetic. It's got, I don't know, there's a lot of energy here, there's a lot of life here, there's a lot of excitement here, there's a lot of young people here, and I really wanted to experience like living in this part of the world. And I figured sooner is better than later. The longer we stay in Japan, the more committed we are there. Or if we commit ourselves to the US, the harder it is going to be to move here. And I wanted to have this experience to be able to make a decision for the future. We're still not sure where we're going to live long term for the future. We might go back to Japan. We really love Japan. We speak Japanese. It's a really great country for raising families, for retirees, for safety, especially if you have children. They're going around. Like, if I were raising a family, right now, I'd of course prefer Japan. I know the situation there. I feel a lot more comfortable having my kids like walk around. Things are a little bit more chaotic here, but for people like our age, it's fine. So we're not sure. The longer we stay here, we might find a nice community. We might realize some better ways of doing things to make things safer. So who knows? We might live in Vietnam long term. We might go back to Japan. We might go to the US so she can get her US passport and citizenship. There's a lot of things that are questionable for the future right now. But for now, we wanted to try living here to get the experience. And without this experience, I didn't feel like we'd be able to make that decision. So that was another big reason I'm wanting to move here. I really don't like, I don't know, how do I express this? Staying in a place for too long, getting too comfortable. I feel like I get a little bit too complacent in life, and I really enjoy new challenges, new experiences, forcing myself out of my comfort zone. And I don't know, life flashes by real quick sometimes, and if you don't seize on opportunities, you might regret that later on in life. So I weighed the decision for a long time, like, do we commit 100% to our lives in Japan, or moving to the US, or come over here? And the biggest one where I felt like I'd feel a big sense of regret was not moving here, especially now. The other big reason we wanted to move to Vietnam was we felt there's a lot more potential here for growth in the future, depending on what we decide to do with our futures. So right now we're doing like YouTube, we do blogging, I do some teaching, I do programming, website development, whole bunch of variety of different things, and we're considering different business ventures in the future. I'll probably make some videos about this, discussing our different ideas, but we would eventually want to become some kind of business owner here, whether it be a bicycle rental shop, a bike shop, just a normal bike shop, some kind of bike shop cafe mix, some exercise studio, some tour guide kind of stuff, even a language school. We could teach English, Japanese, a homestay of sorts. There's so many different kinds of businesses we could do here, and it's a whole new market here. Whereas in Japan, of course, there's a great infrastructure of cycling. There's a whole bunch of cycling businesses, great establishments, but it's really hard to enter that market. It's really saturated. And here, there's so much potential. Like, Vietnamese people are starting to become more wealthy. They're building their middle class. More people are getting into exercise. More people are getting into cycling. So not only is there a growing domestic market, there's also a growing international market. A lot more people are doing international tourism, coming to Vietnam. And if the cycling culture grows here, there'll be more international tourists who want to come here and cycle. I mean, check out these awesome views. We get to cycle along this coastline every day. And yeah, this section of road in particular can be pretty busy, but we're generally not too bothered when you ride on this side of the road. Once you get used to the traffic, it's not so bad. And at different times of the day, there's almost no traffic here. So this is a tourist area, and when you ride in tourist areas during tourist times, things are going to be a bit busier. But this isn't bad at all. And it's pretty exciting just seeing all these people out on bikes, just random different people. Some people exercising, some people doing sightseeing, some kids out on bikes. It's a nice vibe. So that's one reason in particular we chose to live in Da Nang compared to other cities like Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh. So those are the two big cities in Vietnam, just massive population. There are some massive cities in Japan as well, but it's completely different animal. Everything's well organized there. They have public transportation, so it doesn't feel like that chaotic. But here, when you're in the big cities with the lack of public transportation, at least right now, they're working on the public transportation for a long time. Hopefully they make some progress with that soon. But yeah, the big cities in Vietnam, for me, I'm not interested. I'm sure there's a lot of interesting things there. There's a lot more shops. There's a lot more business potential. But at the same time, there's a lot more air pollution, a lot more noise pollution, a lot more congestion. The rush hour is insane in those cities. I don't want any part of that. There'll be bikes riding on the sidewalk. It's too crowded for my liking, so that's why we chose here. It's a decent sized city. You get some nice wide roads. It's a modern city. You get a lot more space. You get a lot more people out exercising. And the views here are insane. Like, we're cycling along this peninsula, and all along the way, there's a bunch of different awesome view spots along the coastline. There's a whole bunch of mountains here. We can do some steep climbs. We can do long climbs. We can do long flats. We get an awesome variety of riding here. Awesome cycling. And the only downside is there's a lot of bikes. There's a lot of beep sounds, but it actually doesn't bother me that much. The beeps, once you get used to them, it makes you feel pretty safe, because you know when someone's coming by you, you can hear them a lot more clearly. You can get your guard up. So let's ask Chun-chan, what's another big reason we moved to Vietnam?
体力の近くに住みたい。
あとは
もう慣れてるベトナム語知ってる。
あ
国語、ベトナム語。
あ
もっと楽。
あとは
ベトナム食べ物大好き。
お
すごい美味しい。
Vietnamese food. Buy me. We've been eating banh mi every day. Pho? Yeah, Vietnamese food. Another big thumbs up for us.
Oh, monkey.
Oh yeah. This place is also called like Monkey Mountain, Monkey Peninsula, so there's lots of monkeys like that, and the tourists here just always feeding them. I don't think you're supposed to feed them, but yeah, let's add that to the list. We can see monkeys here in Vietnam. There are monkeys in Japan as well. I had a really funny story from one of my old university students. She told me she hated monkeys. She lived in the countryside of Japan, and one day when she was walking to school, a monkey stole her lunchbox. And so she hated monkeys because of that. I thought it was the funniest story because I was just imagining that happen. I'm sure, yeah, if my lunch was stolen by a monkey, I'd probably hate monkeys too. Here we are approaching one of the view spots. It's decently clear today. So how about this view? If this isn't reason enough to move to Vietnam, I'm not sure what is. Nice view.
Yeah, so beautiful.
So beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful view.
Yeah.
Beautiful lady.
Yes.
Beautiful bike.
Yes. Beautiful cameraman.
Beautiful cameraman. Yeah. It's really funny when we bike here like almost every day. And at this time of day, like the golden hour, you see a lot of people out with their cameras, taking videos, taking pictures. We're not one to talk because we're doing the same thing right now, but you can see we've got the city skyline over here. This is the beach side or the ocean side of Da Nang. We've got some mountains off in the distance, and some days you can see really clear. Some days it is a little bit misty. It's a decent view today. We got the sunset poking through the clouds right now.
Let's continue.
That's another interesting thing we see out on this peninsula a lot is people doing their wedding photos, wedding videos. Da Nang's one of the more popular tourist destinations here in Vietnam. And with these views, it's easy to understand why. And this is just a fraction. There's a bunch of beautiful sights everywhere. Check out this section though. Just these massive mountains over here. The coastline, it's so beautiful. We did another ride the other day, a Pai Van Pass, another scenic route. We'll be filming a video about that pretty soon here. And yeah, there's so like random cycling groups here. A lot of people out on mountain bikes, road bikes, cross bikes. Just a lot of people out on bikes. And that's all pretty recent, I think. Here we are going up the last climb to the halfway point of our route. And then we're going to loop back. This is called the Intercom route. Really popular route. Just go up along the coast, up to the peninsula, and you get views like this the whole way. It's stunning, the whole route. Well, Tung found some monkeys. Chunchan's birth month, or birth year, is the year of the monkey. That's cute. I got a little baby here. Chun's making a lot of monkey friends.
Yeah.
Monkeys everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you want to see monkeys, you got to come to Da Nang, Vietnam. And you can see them everywhere. Beautiful coastline, nice steep mountains up against the blue ocean, and yeah, just awesome views like this along the whole ride. I think we're pretty glad we made the move here to Da Nang, Vietnam. Koko ni hikoshite yokatta? Yeah?
Yes.
We made the right choice.
Yes.
Yes. And I think that's mostly everything we wanted to talk about on why we wanted to move here. It's a variety of different reasons, but this decision has been over 2 years in the waiting. We've finally made it here to Vietnam after waiting with all the coronavirus restrictions. We finally made it here, and we're excited for the new challenge, the new journey here on Tubo Cruise. So if you want to see more videos about life here in Vietnam, travel here in Vietnam, cycling here in Vietnam, make sure to subscribe. And walking in Vietnam.
Yes.
Tuong,
Don't forget it.
Tuong has the attitude in her eyes. Go check out her channel.
Yep.
What's her new channel name?
Vietnam Travel Guide.
Vietnam Travel Guide.
Yes.
So originally Japan Walk TV,
Yes.
then Thailand Walk TV,
Yes. And
now
we have Vietnam Travel Guide.
Vietnam Travel Guide.
Yes.
So Tuong does some awesome 4K walking experience videos here in Vietnam. So nice relaxing videos. You can have them on in the background while you work or while you study. And also in our next video, we'll be doing our apartment tour. So stay tuned to that.
Yeah.
That's going to be it for today's video though, guys. We want to say a big thank you to our new Patreon supporters, Sea Kayaker, Elementus22, John Trimble, and Richard Wright. And of course, we want to say a special thank you to all of our Patreon supporters who have helped support our channel throughout this time. We really appreciate your guys' support. And also, as a reminder, go check out Santic's website. You can check out their summer kit giveaway with the link down below. We'll have 2 lucky winners to get a free awesome kit. And you can look pro, just like Tunshan. She's rocking all the Santic gear. The Santic shoes, the Santic socks, the Santic shorts, the Santic gloves, the Santic jersey, not a Santic helmet. Unfortunately, they don't make helmets. We have glasses.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. We've got some clear glasses here. These are great for the night rides. Okay. All right, that's it for today's video, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.